Hey everybody, Nick here again with Bishop Lifting. Welcome back. This is going to be part 4 in our series on rigging essentials, and today we're talking about hooks, and in particular, these are chain hooks used for alloy chain slings and overhead lifting. We're going to talk about the different types and their applications, so let's get into it. First hook we're going to talk about is called a Clevis sling hook. That's a technical name. You might just know it as a sling hook or a slip hook. And this type of hook has a Clevis top, which means a pin goes through and this attaches directly to your end link on your chain sling. So there's no coupler needed. This isn't designed for wire rope. This is designed specifically for chain. The latch type, a lot of people will call this a flipper latch. It's spring loaded and it will open and close when pressure is applied on it. Now as you load this on a chain sling, these latches are a little bit prone to being deformed or completely torn off. While they are heavy-duty latched hooks, these latches are relatively economical and replacement is not uncommon. We carry these types of latches in our inventory should you need to replace them. Next hook that we're going to talk about in particular and specifically is called a GBK style hook by Gunnebo, which is part of the Crosby group. Now this hook is a self-closing safety hook, as a lot of people will call them. Not technically called a safety hook, but that is a common industry name for them. This hook is operated by a trigger on the back side. So you push that down, and if you notice, this latch actually opens out and away from the hook. Now, as soon as a load is applied, so again, this is a Clevis top fitting, so your chain is connected here. As soon as a load is applied, it'll slam shut. So you have a couple things going on. One, you have a bigger throat opening. You can get more on the inside of this hook compared to a regular sling hook with a latch. The latch is made from alloy steel, so it's far more durable. And on the GBKs, it has the grip latch integration, which makes spot checking these a little bit easier. So if this tongue and groove is not correctly seated, then you know that the hook has been overused, abused, deformed somehow in a previous application, and it needs to be replaced. Very similar product right here from Cartec in an orange color. Again, a trigger on the back side of the hook and a latch that opens outward. Now this is not a Clevis top, this is an eye top. So while this hook is designed for use with alloy chain slings, you can use this on a synthetic assembly, a wire rope assembly. Just know that these hooks, because they're made for alloy chain, have a 4-to-1 safety factor. If you're gonna use this on a wire rope sling or a different type of bridle, double check your safety factor. You probably need to up to 5-to-1, which means you're gonna get a reduced working load limit out of this hook. Now this next hook that we're going to talk about is a Clevis grab hook. And we're going to show how that hook is meant to interface with common lifting chain like this. So to use this hook properly, the link itself sits down into the pocket of the hook. And you'll notice that there's little supports on each side of the chain pocket. And that's meant to support this link so that in a choker application, the link is going to get maximum efficiency. One common mistake we see in the field is people think the tip of this hook can go into a link of chain, and that is a big no-no. Make sure you never do that. It's a great way to experience premature failure, and you can have a catastrophic injury, damage to equipment, etc. Never slip the tip of the hook through the link of the chain itself. The last hook we're going to demonstrate is similar to these two in the middle. It's also a self-closing safety hook, if you will. Crosby actually calls this model the Sherlock, and there's different types of Sherlock hooks. So this particular one has a swivel eye on top, which is effectively an eye nut, with a ball bearing system that allows this hook to rotate under load. And that's really important. When you're looking at swivel hooks, it's important to know if that hook can actually swivel under load or if it's just a bushing and meant for positioning only. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say you have a heavy load suspended from this. This hook is rated for 15,000 pounds. So you could have up to 15,000 pounds hanging off this hook. And if you have a tag line extended off your load, that hook will allow that load to spin freely. You can see with a simple twist, it rotates multiple times. Well, with the bushing, it's not going to be near as smooth. And the positioning reference means that, let's say you're going to make a pick, you are allowed to manually rotate that hook into position so that you can make the pick correctly. But if you have your load suspended, it will not rotate. And if you try to force rotation on a bushing type of hook, you can actually experience premature failure as well. You'll get binding up top where you don't need it, and that's a big no-no. This type of hook being the Sherlock style, has a recessed thumb trigger on the back. You can see it operates in much the same manner. So again, your load is connected to the top. And as soon as that load is applied, this is in the open position, it will snap shut. And it will not open until you activate the release trigger. So with all of the different hooks that I've talked about here, it's important to know that there are many more hooks to choose from. We're really only profiling common chain hooks, chain grade hooks. All of these happen to be grade 100, which means they all inherently have a 4-to-1 safety factor. We also have different types of hooks, such as the one on the screen behind me, which have a 5-to-1 safety factor and are ideally suited for use with wire rope. So again, remember that there's a lot to choose from. If you go to our site, lifting.com, go to the rigging hardware category, click on hooks, and you'll see a lot of different options and a lot of different brands to choose from. A few things to point out on these hooks in particular. Here, you clearly have the size, which is 1/2. You also have the manufacturer's name and you have a model number. There's also traceability codes on this hook, as well as a reference right down here for 13-10. Now these are all 1/2-inch grade 100 hooks. What does that mean? These hooks are designed to interface directly with 1/2-inch grade 100 chain. So the 13 is a reference to 13 millimeters, which is the 1/2-inch equivalent when you're talking about chain. And the 10 is a reference to grade 100. So it's an abbreviated 10, meaning grade 100. So by looking at this hook, you know if it's a 13-10, it's 1/2-inch grade 100, which means it's rated at 15,000 pounds. All of these hooks share that in common. So that's going to wrap up today's video on hooks. Again, these are specific grade 100 chain hooks. We have a lot more to choose from. So if you need help finding a hook for a winch line, a wire rope sling, a synthetic sling, we're here for you. Stop by our site, contact us, give us a call. Or if this video was helpful and you got the information you need, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, share it. Feel free to engage with us, ask us a question. We look forward to helping you. We have a staff of experienced individuals in the rigging industry with decades of experience. And we're here for you guys when you head out on your next rigging project. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.